Good morning. I am up early because it is Q4, and for whatever reason, when I'm RVing, that means we are far away from anywhere. No, that's not true. I'm actually in Indiana still, but I've already sourced everywhere here, so I'm heading a little further south. It's going to be an hour-and-a-half drive today, so I am up early. I got my office ladies and my coffee, and let's hit the road. I'm here. It is still dark out and I feel like I've been driving for 2 hours, but it's really only been an hour and a half. And there's a line to get in because I am a minute before 7 o'clock. So many other people waiting in their cars. I had no idea that Walmart was such a big thing at 7 in the morning. All right. First store of the day done, Walmart, and it was a huge success. I'm really excited. Everything I got was seasonal, and except for toys, which could be considered seasonal right now, but I'll get into the toy in a second. They did not have big boxes, which is annoying because now I'm gonna have to pack the boxes on top because I definitely am gonna need some big boxes. My first tip is kind of the same tips I always have, but scan anything that's new, different, natural. Like these Lily's baking chips that I scanned, they were different and I've never seen them before, probably because I don't go natural when baking. But anyways, so I scanned it. It doesn't make a lot of profit, but it's here at Walmart if you want to come check it out. So right now, since there is so much display seasonal stuff, I highly recommend if you find something on display, go ahead and check the main aisle just to see if they have it or not, because you never know, they might have it there. I also noticed that last week when I was in Michigan and I got my Barbie item, it was only $14.88, and everywhere else it's been $17.88, which is super annoying. So at 14 it would have made a profit good enough for me, but at 17 it doesn't. So it's one I just keep scanning because I have been replenishing it when it makes sense to. Right now the price dropped a little bit, so it doesn't make sense for me to replenish it. If the price goes back up, I'll replenish it. These Care Bears, I've been scanning the Care Bears since I've seen them because anything that's kind of old coming back around is also good. So I went ahead and scanned them. Not a great profit, but this one is decent and it's lightweight, so it's at Walmart if you want to come check it out. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that there is a hot toy brand right now that I am on the lookout for. I've only found one so far, but today I found 3 of another product from that line, and I'm really excited. Always look around. So I got 2 that I saw on the shelf, and then I moved stuff around, and lo and behold, on a different shelf below behind something else, there was another one. So I got 3, just that one item. It costs $15, makes $23. And then I also found in the clearance aisle, because I just like to cruise through. I don't spend a lot of time in the clearance right now, but I do like to cruise through, and I found a bolo that someone had posted. So it's on sale for $35 and it's making $31. So you guys, literally 4 things, 2 different products, 4 units total, $100 profit just right there in an hour and a half, and I spent $280 total. So I'm really excited, and my next store now is Target because it's the next store open, and after that it'll be Ollie's, and then everything's open and I'll head out. So let's head to Target. Alright, I found a couple things at Target. So my first tip is to use the Target app, and when you're at Walmart, use the Walmart app, because I scanned one toy and it was cheaper at Target.com, and they'll honor that at the register. You just have to pull it up on the Circle app and show them that the price is cheaper. So I found one toy that saved me $4 by scanning it. And then the thing I found on the display at Walmart, I actually found in aisle here. So they didn't have it in aisle at Walmart, but they had it here. So now I've got more of that. And usually if it's like a normal-ish thing, so it's a grocery item, you can find it in both Walmart, Target. It's probably even at the grocery store, so I'll take a look when I go. And last thing is just a funny story. I'll pull up a photo of it. So I used to say I had a puppy mill because our generation, they have little puppies, and I haven't seen them yet, but if you do see them, scan them. And I literally was bagging up all these little puppies and selling every Christmas. I've done it 2 years now, so I don't know if they don't make them anymore or what. If you are gated in the big toy brands, I'm pretty sure you do need to be ungated in toys, but it's definitely worth checking. Our generation and my life, it takes some time to scan them because sometimes you have to enter in what it actually is, but some of them are really profitable. So if you're gated and you have the time, definitely that is a suggestion. If you want to get ungated, of course I have my ungating guides, which are affordable and new seller specific. You don't need to have sold a single thing and you can get ungated. In fact, for grocery, OTC, topical, and beauty, you don't even need a resale license. You don't have to have an LLC, you don't have to business for either one of them, but for that one is why I always suggest people go, because you guys, I'm finding a lot of grocery. I did my first tax-free. I used my resale license. I brought a bunch of them because I heard that TJ Maxx and Marshalls keep them. So I went to Ollie's first and used it, and it was exactly like I thought it was gonna be. Super easy, and I overthought it and like thought it was this big scary thing, like I'm doing something wrong, but I'm not doing anything wrong. So I just handed it to the cashier. She put it in. She like selects resale, and then she does it all, and then I still got my 10% off coupon, so I saved even more, which is awesome because that's more profit. Yay! So when I was here last week, I bought a toy that was kind of a high rank, so I just got 6 of them to test it, and then lo and behold, they sold. So now I got 6 more because it's still kind of high rank, and there's so many of them here that I'm sure someone else is going to find them, and I don't want the price to tank. So I'm just gonna keep sending in like 6 when I find them. So there's that. Here's another one, why rank is so important, because if you look at it, you're like, wow, that's crazy profit, but look at the rank. That rank is not so great. And so sometimes you can get caught up in just looking at the profit and you forget about looking at the rank. So just make sure you're always looking at the rank. I still do it sometimes. I get it home and I'm like, why did I buy this? Just something to watch. And the last item is this Build-A-Bear Frozen Olaf doll situation. It makes $6, costs $14.99. It's kind of an up there rank right now because it's holiday. It's okay, but I just want to point out because I get a lot of questions about how many sellers are too many sellers, and 12 at this high rank seems like it's kind of a lot, but when you look at how many competitive sellers, which are the buy box price, it's only 4, so it's not the end of the world. I probably would only buy 4 max if it was me. I did not buy that one. TJ Maxx was kind of a bust, and I forgot to do my sales tax thing, and she said I was already like checking out, like put my card on, and she said that yeah, I just would give it to her in the future ahead of time before you pay. But now I'm gonna head over to Tuesday morning. All right, Tuesday morning continues to be one of my favorite stores. And I'm really happy because I had stopped coming here when I heard they were closing, and then people in the Bolo group kept posting that there was Bolos here to come by, and so I finally came a couple weeks ago, and I've been coming ever since because it is amazing. Plus I found this item from the Bolo group. It's here at Tuesday morning for $6.99 and it makes $11, so thank you, Bolo group. And now I'm going to probably get a coffee. I think it's like 2 o'clock almost, and then figure out where I'm going next. Okay, so I've arrived at the second Tuesday morning, and as I was driving like a mile away, all of a sudden the back window started coming down, and I have no idea what that's about, and I was trying to control it with the door one, but this thing is kind of broken. So I think something fell and hit it, but it's like close to Halloween right now, and it's a little creepy. It's like a ghost in here, and thank goodness it is not super windy out because everything would have blown out the car. I am really glad I got coffee. It takes so much like time. I just feel like I don't have time to stop and get coffee, and I just keep going, so I never stop and get coffee. But man, it's like a second wind, and I really need to do that more often. So I'm at Tuesday morning here. I've got a Target, a Walmart, and a TJ Maxx. Okay, I did my second ever tax exempt purchase, and it was a little more in, well, I just had to wait longer. So at Ollie's, they just put the number in and was like, okay, here you go, and give me my thing back. And then at Marshalls, they put me in the system. The manager came over to help because the cashier had never done it before. And she said she wasn't sure if it was gonna work because it's out of a different state than Indiana, which is where I'm at. But it did work, she put it in, and now apparently I'll be in the system, so it won't be as much to do it. So you do leave the license with them, so bring extra copies. She just asked me for my name, my phone number, and then she put in all the information that was on the license. So it was actually pretty easy, just, you know, entering data, and I didn't have to pay tax. I don't even want to know how much like profit I've lost leaving money on the table. Sometimes I don't buy things because when you factor in tax, it makes it like over. Oh my gosh, so dumb. So if you take anything out of this video, don't be scared, just do it. Bring your tax license, it's worth it. And now if you follow my channel, then you've already seen this, but I'm gonna head over to Walmart and do the same thing over there because for whatever reason I've been so scared to do it at Walmart. I don't know, it's weird. I finally did my resale certificate situation tax exempt card. I'm so excited. I should have it in my hand right here, put it in my purse. I'm so excited. I feel so dumb for waiting so long, but I'm glad I finally did it. It was super easy. I did another video, which you've probably already seen, about the whole process because I filmed 2 videos today, multitasking. But I'm really happy that I did it, and I cannot wait. It feels like I got ungated again because I'm like, oh, there's a whole new world. All those things that were just barely not making enough profit now make profit. I am getting tired. It is, I think 5:30 or something. I have literally been up 12 hours, plus I have like 2-hour drive home, plus I gotta go to Target still. So I will catch you back when I do a recap of how the shipment went. Okay, so I got the shipment all packed up and I'm gonna share the breakdown with you. I just want you to remember that I only went sourcing one day, and then I also packed it up all in one day. That was Tuesday, and then I dropped it off Wednesday morning at UPS. It is now Thursday and I'm recapping the shipment for you. So as you probably saw in the title, the profit on this one was $1,900. Again, that is after I make the cost of goods back. So the cost of goods, the actual money I spent on purchasing the items, was $2,000 on this one, and I made almost $2,000 in profit back after Amazon fees, after the cost of the items, after shipping. So that's pretty good ROI. And while we're talking ROI in this one, I'll just point out that this one was 94%. Obviously, if I spent $2,000 and I made under $2,000, it would not be 100%. ROI is return on investment. So that's, I spent $2,000. How much return am I gonna get? On this one, 94%. In addition to what I normally do, which is the breakdown of the categories so you can see what kind of categories I'm buying and selling, I also broke down if it was a replen. So you'll see on here I have replen and then last year. So replen is stuff that I sent in last week, the week before, a month ago, stuff that I've been actively selling currently. Last year is stuff that I sold during Q4 last year that I'm again buying this year. So that's a breakdown. There's some in the replen that is stuff from last year, but I already found it last week, so now it's in replen. I hope that's not too confusing, but that's just how I categorize them. So my total shipment was 190 units. We're getting back up there in units. It was a bulkier shipment too, and Walmart was all sold out of the large boxes. Luckily, I had enough in the RV, but I did not think I was going to have enough, so stock up on boxes. 112 units were replen, 79 were replen, and then 33 were last year that I've sold them. So 58% of my total shipment was not new to me stuff. It's stuff that I've sold before. I've seen the question asked, like, should you delete your products after you've sold them? I don't delete them, I leave them for a year or two, and this is the exact reason, because now I can just relist on the listing. I don't have to make a whole new one. It's already there. It makes it a lot easier and quicker. And I think because this was all replen, or not all, most of it was replen, it also made packing the shipment up a lot faster, so that was good. Altogether, it got broken up into 3 shipments. I'm here in Indiana, so the big one, $33, like most of my stuff, I think it was like 150 units, went to the Indiana warehouse, and then some went to California and some went to New Jersey. If you watched my video from a couple weeks ago where I was sourcing in the Elkhart, South Bend area, almost all of that shipment was like toys and beauty, and this one is a whole lot more like diversified. 30% was toys because we're in Q4, but 22% was beauty, 22% was grocery, 50% was kitchen, 10% home. So it's a lot more spread out, to where last time it was just 2 main categories. This one, it's more spread out. I'll just quickly show you, here's the categories from a couple videos ago. I'll also link the video here if you want to watch that one. But you can see beauty, 54 items, 40%, toys, 45 items, 44% of the profit. And now this week we're breaking it down. So these are really my top 3 categories, were grocery, toy, and beauty for this one. Which is why I'm also always telling you, if you're a new seller, you really want to get ungated, because those are really great, especially right now. There's all these holiday flavored items in grocery. There's holiday smelling stuff in beauty. There's all kinds of stuff out there, as well as a lot of this stuff that I sold was just normal everyday stuff that I've been selling, which is why it's on Replen. So if you want the guides, check them out below. They are available and ready to help you as soon as you are ready to get ungated. So my last piece of advice is, if you are really interested in selling on Amazon, or you've been selling on Amazon and you're getting frustrated, don't give up. Keep scanning, do the things for your business that you need to do. It is not easy, which is why a lot of people do give up, but there's people like me, and there's a bunch of people in the Bolo group, sellers who've been doing it for years, and this is how we make our income, because it's worth it in the end if you can just push through. So you have to do the things for your business that you want to do. If that's just starting, start. If you need to get ungated, you really got to determine, is it worth that investment to put in your business? Because it's like a $250 to $300 investment, but is that worth it in the end if you're going to get your ROI right back on that? There are many members in the ungating groups that are talking about how in their first shipment from getting ungated, they are making $400, $500 profit. So they're making their money back just on one shipment. And now they're totally open to continue on and make these shipments every week. And I just want to remind you that this $1,900 profit I made is part-time. You guys, I've been doing this part-time since the beginning. 3.5 years. I went sourcing one day, I packed it up the next day, and then I shipped it out. It can be done as a side hustle until it becomes big enough to be your main hustle. I hope this video was helpful and encourages you to start or keep going if you're getting a little frustrated. There are definitely bad days, but you just got to keep going, keep scanning. It'll work out if you keep working it. If you need any help or want to see any other videos from me, definitely comment and let me know, or shoot me an email. I'll be happy to make them for you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you back here for another Amazon selling video.